Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report. I'm Chris Elams. Today, the lockdown occasioned by the rise in the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the country is taking its toll on Nigerians. They seek economic interventions. Cross River State government put measures in place to keep the state free of the virus. Join us for these and more on Eyewitness Reports. Cross River State government is doing all it can to ensure the COVID-19 pandemic does not spread to the state and has issued a no mask, no movement order in the state.
As part of precautionary measures against contracting COVID-19, the Cross River State government adopts the no mask, no movement policy. In order to get the masks to the people free of charge, the government recalls staff of the garment factory who were hitherto restricted by the lockdown. Their task is to ensure mass production of the face masks, and as such, the Cross River State Garment Factory becomes a beehive of activities. The fabrics used for the masks are sourced locally and cut into various shapes to cover the nose and mouth effectively before being sewn together in different shapes.
As you can see, it is not a difficult thing to do, just like trouser. So I can make it like 500 pieces a day. Yes. Why not? Since it's for the masses and to help others too. According to what we are facing, what is affecting the society, so I'm happy to do it.
It's a result of the pandemic that's actually ravaging the world, and we are doing our best, our very best, to make sure that the world is being a safe hands, and that's why we are trying our best with our own little effort, coming out working in the night to make sure we produce masks, not just for Cross Riverians, not just for Africa, but for the world at large.
He has created the opportunity out of the scarcity and the problems. At present, the whole world is suffering, but we here at Cross River, we are thinking of moving ahead by keeping our population safe, and this factory, in a small way, we are acting as a health worker, providing health care, and we will keep up the promise of the governor to our dear people of the Cross River State, and hopefully this situation will improve and we'll move forward, and this garment factory will always shine.
Work here is directly supervised by the governor, who visits from time to time with his wife, Dr. Linda AYADE. He is impressed at what he meets on ground.
Any person or persons found outside their homes without the use of a nose mask will be arrested and quarantined. I have therefore waived my own immunity as governor of Cross River State, that I also should be arrested and quarantined if I fail to wear my nose mask. Even if a nose mask was just 100 naira, some people can't afford that 100 naira on a daily basis to keep replacing daily. Therefore, government must come to intervene, and that's the essence of government. This is the time we need to stand with our people and stand by them.
Government also introduces the use of Ankara nose masks in order to further promote and boost local fabrics and production. Furthermore, the government introduces 50 patrol vehicles for the enforcement across the state, which shares boundaries with Cameroon. To monitor compliance with the state government's directive of no mask, no movement, the Taskforce team is up and about. The residents who have no choice but to comply, however, complain of discomfort wearing the mask.
I'm not even breathing so fine now. So we help ourselves because of the virus, can just help ourselves now.
The idea is okay because, as you can see, we are here to prevent ourselves because of this COVID-19 that is on ground. And in another way, there are a lot of people actually that are unable to breathe through the mask. But there's nothing we can do. We still need to protect ourselves because, as you can see now, people are still moving around with the masks on. So it's even more better than being locked down totally in the house without coming out or going to anywhere.
It is necessary that I wear the mask. That's why I'm using it. Otherwise, I feel so discomforting. You can see that I'll always have to adjust the mask to my nose, which is discomforting. By right, I was not supposed to touch it, but I will touch it, and then if it is infected already, I will get my hand contaminated, which is wrong.
Quite difficult, as you said. At some point, you forget to carry your mask from the house because, you know, we just started getting the hang of it. So sometimes you just forget to get your mask, and maybe your house is far. So maybe you probably look for where to get your mask, get a mask around. For myself, thanks to the guys who helped me with the mask just now, I forgot mine at home earlier. I even tried to buy close to the place, but then I couldn't find.
The chairman of the Taskforce on COVID-19 Emergency Response, who also doubles as the Commissioner for Health, Dr. EDET, further explains the positive effects of the use of masks.
Cross River State government has said it, and we stand on our grounds that if you do not have a face mask on, you cannot move. Of course, you know that the governor of Cross River State had ordered the garment factory to provide over 1.5 million face masks, and they've been producing day and night. The essence is to ensure that all Cross Riverians can have some form of face mask in their households. So per each household there should be one mask, and if anybody needs to leave the house, that person should use the mask before leaving the house. It's very important for us to use this opportunity to clear the air on several things. As our people, our policy stands on the fact that you should use your mask. If you use your mask and you cover your nose and your mouth, then you don't release droplets into the air or droplets that will fall on surfaces and then can easily transmit disease from one person to the other. Remember, as you cough, as you sneeze, even sometimes when you're talking loud, you have these droplets that leave your mouth. And when they leave your mouth, they go either to other surfaces around you or they continue to stay in the air. And minutes after, or even sometimes an hour after or more, anyone who comes into the same environment stands a high risk of getting the disease if you were infected. And so for us as a state, our policy is not to completely shut down the state, shut down the economy, get our people to sit permanently at home and do nothing. We still believe that people should be able to earn some form of livelihood at this point in time. We still believe that people should be able to access the hospital. They should be able to go from one place to the other at this point in time. And so that's why government has come up with the policy that no masks, no movement.
With these efforts put in place and compliance by the residents, maybe Cross River State might just be able to stay COVID-19 free, or in worst case scenario, effectively contain any detected case.